Hi, everybody. Brian here. I just wanted to make a video uh, to kind of give an update on how things have been going. Um, since the surgery back in October, it's been about 2 months. I know Jess had an update she put up at the end, near the end of November, about the 1 month point. I'm a little tiny bit over 2 months out of surgery now, so 2 months into this recovery. And I kind of wanted to just get everybody who's interested caught up on how things have been and kind of what we're looking at moving forward. Um, Before I get into that, I wanted to kind of give thanks to all of you. I can finally, like it's taken me this long, I can finally, I think, talk about this without getting emotional about it. If you read Jess's update last time, November was pretty rough. Coming out of the surgery was rough, both physically, of course, and but emotionally and mentally, it was really difficult. As many of you have read from Jess's updates, the surgery was kind of a surprise. This is not something I expected to have to do. So it all happened really quickly, and I'm getting into the middle age part of my life. Things don't heal as quickly as they did 20 plus years ago, which was the last time I had to have anything like this done. Anyhow, November, like I said, was really hard. Um, I was falling into a depression, and if it weren't for the outpouring and like overwhelming outpouring of support and love that I got from people in my life, whether that's family, who I'll thank individually here in a minute, or friends, but the largest kind of I guess love is the only word I can think of I received in support was from my former students, current and former students actually. It was a bit overwhelming. Especially hearing from my GMS kids from back in Maryland. Many of you are, you're grown-ups now, and you're out there living your life, and somehow you caught wind of what was going on with me, and I cannot express how much that meant to get all the messages you sent, all the support, all the checking in. This is also goes for my Lebo kids. Some of you have graduated, some of you are in high school now. You just figure kids move on and kind of forget about you, and that's fine. That's just kind of part of teaching middle school. Kids grow up, but I was not prepared for the amount of support I got from all of my old kids, and I'm being honest when I say this. It really kind of carried me through what I was dealing with in November. Recovery again. It was slow. It was painful. The neurological ramifications of the surgery. Like there was a lot to deal with, and again, that outpouring of support and love and just positivity from my students was, I think really what kind of kept me going. Again, I couldn't even think about it without getting overwhelmed. So I want to say thank you so much to all of you guys and girls out there. Like you really helped me out, and you still are. I mean, some of you are still checking in, and I really appreciate it. Outside of my students, coworkers I've got now, friends who've moved away. Just everybody seems to have gotten wind of what was going on, and again, just the checking in, the visits. Some of you have been, asking to come over and have a quick visit or something, and that's been wonderful. Kind of, been stuck in the house for months. Things have gotten better, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I do want to single out a few people who I'm just, of course, eternally grateful for outside of this surgery and all this stuff, this experience. And, first and foremost is my wife, Jess. There are no words I could use to express how much you have, been there for me with this. And, you've been my caretaker since all of this happened, despite all of the things you've got to deal with, in your own life, and on top of, us raising a daughter. You have, and you continue to just be, just everything. And I just want to say, I love you, of course, and thank you so much. And I'm sorry I know this isn't easy. I'm not quite as needy as I was earlier on. I'm able to do more things for myself now. But, you've just kind of been this constant for me, and I really do appreciate it. Another two people I wanted to thank directly are Joe and Kathy Knotes, Jess's parents, my in-laws. They don't, for those that don't know, they don't live too far away from us, about 15 or 20 minutes. They have been, we wouldn't have been able to get through this without them. When Jess and I, when we had to go down for the surgery, like Kathy, you came over and you were with our daughter. You stayed with Pearson at our house for like the week or so that we were gone. Joe, you drove us down because, I was in no position to really do the driving or drive back. And, Jess, for reasons, can't really do those long drives either. But again, just outside of that, just you've constantly been there asking what we need, taking care of, doing grocery shopping for us, taking Pearson when we actually need a break, because recovering from a surgery like this is no fun. And sometimes having an 8-year-old who's got unlimited energy, it can be tough sometimes. So you've, helped out by taking her to your place and, letting her kind of just have fun, because I know it's been hard on her too, being around, watching me recover like this. So anyhow, just again, I'll be eternally thankful for all of you. Sorry, there's no real script for this video. I do want to just talk about how things have been. November sucked. November wasn't good. December is a different story mostly. December, I saw the most improvements. My walking got a lot better. Like, I was getting my strength back. My legs were feeling good. The surgical site still, even now, is sore. They had to do a little bit of plastic surgery to close everything up when they were doing, after the surgery was done. And that's still causing some kind of discomfort and stuff, when I'm trying to sit back or something like that. But, December on the whole, as we were expecting and hoping, was good. Things were going well. We did have a setback around the 19th or 20th, I think. I woke up with some new symptoms. I guess I can share them. It's just I woke up with some new numbness that I've never had before. It's still there. And the thing that was most concerning is I started experiencing rapid, leg weakness. The strength of my legs just, overnight, started falling drastically, and it did so over the next several days, like right before Christmas. I ended up, I called my surgeon's office. I talked with them, was just telling them the symptoms. They said that, it's not something they typically see. So they ordered an MRI, which my insurance company took their sweet time approving. That's a whole nother story there. But, aside from the weakness and the numbness there, I was starting to get muscle spasms in my legs, which, anybody that's had leg spasms, it doesn't feel good. It's kind of like, it's Charlie horse sort of feeling. And I was getting that in both legs, like the inner part of my leg by my knee, and it causes, you'll be trying to walk, and it can cause your like legs to buckle and give under you. Now, thankfully, the weakness in the legs and the spasms and everything, they went down over a few days, but then they kind of stayed at that level. So they haven't gotten worse, but it's not good. Like, it's difficult for me to walk, walk with a normal stride or gait or whatever. It's a little jerky. It's kind of unsure. Like if you saw me walking, you'd see me kind of like, it's almost like I'm wobbling a little bit. It's just because, my legs are a little weaker and I'm a little bit unsure, in my steps. That's kind of where I am now. We did the MRI, finally got it last week. And, my surgeon said that structurally, things look okay. Like kind of what they would expect. What that means, when she was saying structurally, I thought she was strictly talking about like bone and muscle type thing, which is part of it. She said from what she can see, everything looks like they would expect. She was also referring to, and she said structurally, is looking at the remnants of the tumor itself. And that, I finally got to see the state that the tumor's in now. And she got quite a bit of it out of there. Of course, there are two areas where she couldn't. It's so intertwined with the nerve roots in my spinal cord that you really couldn't safely take those out. Just they just happen to be in a really bad spot. So the other part of the tumor that's left is kind of this one's kind of like, I don't know how to really feel about it. Towards the top of the tumor itself, she couldn't really access the tumor itself because for years, like 22 or 23 years, I've been having this spinal cord procedure where I would travel to Virginia, and this fantastic neuroradiologist who would do essentially, it's called a lumbar puncture, and they would aspirate the tumor. Parts of the tumor were cystic for those years. So what that means is that there was like fluid inside of it. If you want to call it fluid, it was like really viscous stuff. It's really like kind of thick fluid, but he would go in with a needle into the, through my old surgical site into the tumor itself, and he would pull this fluid out, and it would be like shrinking a balloon. Because what the tumor does is it would either fill, or the cells would kind of go through their process and grow. It would compress my spinal cord. Like your spinal cord goes out in the middle, the tumor's in there too. The tumor's growing. It's limited space, and you can use your imagination. It starts pressing on the spinal cord. So he would just remove fluid, and it would reduce things and kind of take my symptoms away for a few months at a time. The constant going in there, I must have had 60 procedures over the last, 20 something years, built up this thick rind of scar tissue around that part of the tumor, which, it turns out made that part kind of, I don't want to say inoperable, but it made it impossible to go in safely and remove that part of the tumor. And that's kind of where we're at right now. I have an appointment in February with my surgeon. I've got to go down to Baltimore to Johns Hopkins. This is where she wants to kind of check on things like the 3-month mark and give me my clearance to go back to work, hopefully. As far as kind of what's to come, she's told us I will need another surgery at some point. I'm hoping that it's like a long time from now, because this, it's not. None of this has been fun. But the parts of the tumor that are still in there are going to keep growing. And she did let us know, doctors are very guarded with their words, which, I totally get. They don't want to give you false hope. They also don't want to, sugarcoat things. She told us I should expect deficiencies, I think was the word. Deficits was the word I think she used when she goes back in. Because the parts that are remaining in there are just in spots where we're not going to be able to get it out safely. And if it's causing me pain or problems to where we have to go back in surgically, that's going to, result in, I don't fully know what deficit means in the capacity she's talking about. You can only imagine where my brain takes hearing that word, but it's kind of one of those things I'm realizing I just need to wait until that bridge is in front of me before I cross it, because, that'll drive me crazy. Let's see. I think, does that get us caught up? I'm sorry. Everybody that knows me knows that I will go on and on. Yeah, as far as I think that's, as far as things go, I mean, there's definitely some neurological issues from the surgery itself. Just stuff that, we're hoping with time will repair. When nerves get messed with like this, they get really upset, and they can take a while to heal. My surgeon was thinking like this weakness in my legs could possibly be the case of some of the nerves kind of waking up after the surgery, and waking up angry. So they caused me a lot of pain and discomfort. But yeah. So moving forward, I'm really looking forward to getting back to work. I don't know what that's going to really look like. To all my teacher friends out there, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, we're not sitting at desks. You're up, you're all over the place. You're up and kneeling down and all over. And I've got to figure out how to kind of get through the rest of this year physically, while still doing my job, doing what I love to do. I miss my kids so much. I miss my team. I just miss going to work. It's, being home's cool for a while, I've got like all the time I want with my family, and that's been amazing. But, there's days like Pearson's at school, Jess is working, and I'm just like sitting here, just waiting. Like, I feel like I'm just waiting to get a green light to go back to life as normal, or like whatever my new normal is. Anyways, I guess, let me see. Oh God, we're like at 20 minutes. Maybe I should redo this, like in a shorter version. Again, just want to say thank you to everybody for your continued support with all of this. it's been a slog, like that's for sure. But I'm starting to feel more positive about like moving forward. I'm certainly not going to be taking anything for granted moving forward. I'm going to enjoy all the time I've got with my family. I'm still walking now, and that's a positive. So, and I don't want to focus on like the negative stuff. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna stop there, and I think I probably will shoot this again because this went on too long. But again, thank you all. It really means the world to me, like all the support and the looking out. And I hope the best for everybody. All right. Thanks if you got this far. Thanks for listening to all of me rambling and all of my rambling. And I hope to see you soon. All right. Take care.